Midwest Box Trucking. In today's video, really quickly, I'm going to give you guys my analysis on what you can expect to see this peak season 2024. It's now mid-November, so I know it's in the back of everyone's minds. Hey, when's it actually going to start? And first and foremost, I just want to inform you guys from my experience this last 2 years, there's been a sudden shift, especially with the Amazon Relay Load Board pertaining to volume as well as rates. So I'd advise you guys to first off be watching for when the loads drop in your particular market and look for, as I stated, an increase in volume and rates, because you'll see it for the up and coming next 2 or 3 weeks. And this is just what I've noticed from the last couple years pertaining to peak season. You can kind of see with the contracts and the spot relay load board rates that there is some type of increase in volume. So this is what I would recommend individuals be looking for initially, because we all know my market and your market is going to be two different things. So you can't determine by what you see here in my market to what you'll see in yours. And that's going to be the first determining factor as to what type of peak season you will or won't see. It's going to be your market or your area. And within your market or area, the first thing you want to be looking at, as I stated, is volume, or the amount of freight that you're seeing in these particular fulfillment centers on a day-to-day basis and on the spot relay load board. This is going to be a solid indicator. Secondly, and see, this is the oddball. I've been talking about this more and more lately, but another determining factor to what type of peak season you're going to be seeing is going to be DSP. As we all know, Amazon is steadily purchasing more and more 26-foot branded box trucks with their logo similar to the trailers that you see on a day-to-day basis. This is why I say the DSP, similar to Amazon employees, are going to be a determining factor on what type of peak season, the volume, and what type of increase in rates that you do or don't see in your market. That's what I will be paying attention to: volume and the volume of DSP 26-foot box trucks that you're seeing on a nightly basis in your market, because each market has a different amount of trucks. I was just looking at a post in a Facebook group where it's a particular market, and I don't 100% remember which market it was, but they're having a problem filling their 26-foot box truck loads at their particular fulfillment center in that market. So as I stated, each market is going to be different pertaining to the amount of DSP trucks you see, the volume for independent contractors, and the rates on the spot relay load board. So you got to do a little research, and as I stated, be waiting for those particular loads to drop whenever they drop in your particular market, and look for that increase. And that's going to be a tall tale sign on what type of peak season you will or will not see in your market. From what I've observed in my market thus far, it's been a slight increase in volume, meaning I'm seeing more loads in the $2.45 to $2.75 per mile range, as opposed to what I was seeing, say, a few weeks ago, where they were closer to $2 per mile and less. So I've seen about a 50-cent increase in the rate per mile in my particular market on some of the loads. I've also seen an increase on volumes. Both of these increases have been moderate, nothing that I would phone home about, but I am watching for when the loads drop for the upcoming weeks to kind of see when those rates will increase into the $3 and $4 range, which I know is possible. Once again, it's just all depending on what happens with DSP. It's about half and half in my market as well. So on any given night, when I pull into Amazon, it's 50% independent contractors, 50% Amazon delivery service personnel. And it seems like the DSP is gaining an edge. So it's seeming like it may be slightly more of them than it is us. And those numbers will likely hold true through the beginning of 2025. What I have not seen in my market is the loads on the spot relay load board sit and then increase. So in other words, people still are not waiting. Once they see the load come available, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna book it. So you really can't play the wait game right now. Unless you catch loads at 2 to 3 a.m., then you may possibly see an increase. But to me, that's another tall tale sign of peak. When you see those loads on the spot relay load board increase and sit, and then other loads drop as well at the same time, then you know there's been an increase in volume. So I'm yet to see any of that go on. But like I said, I have seen a slight increase in the rates and a slight increase in the volume. And I'm keeping a close eye on it. I plan to keep you guys updated, but this is just what I'm seeing at this time. It was actually right around this time last year when we began to see an increase in rates and volume here in the Midwest and surrounding areas such as Kenosha, Wisconsin, and so forth. So I'm gonna be keeping a close eye out, and I'm gonna do a few of these within the next month or so to keep you guys updated on what's happening here in my market. One thing I will say is I have yet to see a year where there was no increase in volume or there was no increase in rates. And I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Every year that I've been in business, I've seen some type of increase in volume and some type of increase in rates. But once again, DSP is the wild card. So the more and more of them you see, the less and less opportunities there'll be. And that's just being 100% honest and transparent with you guys. So I'll leave you with that. And on that note, as usual, you guys stay safe out there. Take it easy and have a good one. Appreciate you.